Hello, Internet. Welcome to Popcorn Chicken. We're going to talk about The Bad Batch. There were 2 episodes that dropped that nobody knew about and caught everyone by surprise. So, to join me in my surprise is Alvin.
I'm surprised. I really was.
Yeah.
Watched the first episode 7, and I went to go turn it off, and then I'm like, wait, why is there another episode there? Did I watch the old one? And I going down, I'm like, oh, episode 8. What?
Yeah. I flipped it on and I was like, all right, I'll start this. And then it was like, oh, there's 2 episodes. And I was like, did I miss one? I was like, no.
Yeah, your immediate reaction is,
Distinctly-
did I watch the old one or did I miss one? Right?
Yeah.
And that was mine because I went from the Disney Plus front page and I just clicked on the Bad Batch. I didn't actually go to their screen, right, to see all the episodes.
Yeah.
So what I do is I just click and it takes me to the last episode that it's kind of came on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, holy crap! What a 1-2 punch!
Yeah. So we get the conspiracy, politics heavy, and no Bad Batch at all. We get to see the senator that we've seen before in the Clone Wars, who was quite a bit younger, which was cool to see.
I thought it was Amiga's cousin.
Amiga. Yeah, another vaguely Kiwian accent.
Yeah, why are they all Kiwi accents?
I don't know. Maybe it was just a
very odd,
or it was a clever writing thing of just like, oh, this is why Omega can hang out with them and not arouse suspicion because she just sounds like them. But we get to see, this is what I was hoping the rest of the season would turn into after we saw episode 3. Now, the last 2 episodes, the speeder one, which was fun, but whatever, and then the one after that had absolutely no point whatsoever, apart from maybe expanding on tech a bit, which a lot of people complained about the first season, barely touching on tech, but we got to see definitely much more flushed out character stuff with tech. But the speeder race episode actually plays a part in the second episode of this duo. But yeah, like the first episode is just like, here's like political intrigue and behind the scenes conspiracy stuff and conspiring and all this shit. And then the second episode is just like, here's a heist. And you're like, fuck yeah, this is what I wanted in the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to have a team in space, fucking show me some cool heist shit.
Yes. I want to see some shadow movements. I want to see sniping. I want to see opening doors with some technology that only this group has, right? Choking out some troopers, right? Or, stabbing them or electrocuting them. This is what I want.
This, all of the, in the second episode 9, I guess, or 8, the heist stuff was just perfect. Like every time they would like jump through a door, and like when and Rex shows up, and when he's like, oh, I'm gonna take a page out of your guys' book and improvise. And you just see how well they all work together improvising. Just like, all right, we got to break into this thing and steal some shit. Okay, what's the plan? I don't know. Fuck shit up and get it.
Yeah.
And you just
we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah, you see them just like, all right, hey, you do this. Hey, you, and just like calling out each trooper to do their speciality of just like, all right, you open that door. All right, you hack into this. All right, sneak down there and you do this. And just utilizing all of their abilities, but not like making it like, oh, Hunter, use your super smell. Oh, Tech, use your computer nerdities. You like it wasn't like a fucking Pokemon using a move set. It was just, it felt really natural, and the progression throughout the whole heist was really well done.
Yeah, it was really well done. I enjoyed But I'm first of all, I'm happy that they did back to back because
Yeah.
if they had left it off that, I would have been kind of annoyed because it's a cliff that I
Well, not only that, but it was an episode without the Bad Batch
I was
at
just gonna
all.
say, yeah, it's a cliffhanger without the main group there,
Yeah.
right? For me, I
Now,
thought like this was another the first episode 7. It felt like almost like a fillerish type of episode because of the main crew not being there, but the
mhm,
story, like what's going on behind, like the behind the scenes of how these clones are not being targeted, and we understand why they're being killed,
yeah.
because they wanted to stop the people that were aware of what happened in Camino. They want to eradicate every one of these guys so that word doesn't get out of what
Mhm,
happened there. So we get an understanding now why some of them are on the run, why some
yeah.
of them are hiding. We didn't have that before. Like what's going on, right?
Mhm,
And Admiral Rampart, we come to understand that he's the one sort of orchestrated this, um, and now his reputation, his livelihood is on the line now in the
mhm,
Senate, right? So this was beautifully set up. Episode 7
yeah.
was beautifully set up.
And it was cool to see, like, in a lot of these shows, especially like Clone Wars and stuff, you see stuff like this start where like a good guy will start to understand and clue in and connect the dots of like this conspiracy that somebody in the Empire has been doing. But we know that the Empire wins in the end because this is a prequel.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I was very surprised to see how the last episode ended, because I was expecting, oh, they're just gonna kill her off and then she's gonna be like, oh, I should have warned them, and then they're like, well, you didn't, see you later, fuck you, and then everyone dies and then it goes back to normal. But it was cool to see, like, in the end, oh, this is just Palpatine's plan. He wanted Rampart to take the fall for all of this, and then it was very similar to how he introduced the clone army in the first place.
The ending was just Palpatine at his finest.
Yeah.
It was just so brilliant. You
Mhm.
knew something was going to come at the end. You knew something was coming,
Mhm.
but you just didn't expect him to be so methodical and calculated, and just the confidence that he had when he came up, like, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. You all need to
The
stop.
Imperial
Yeah.
Stormtrooper. You're like, fuck.
And I swear, like, was it the same gentleman that did the voice in real life?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm happy with that because
Yeah.
it did sound like him. And I don't know what it is, man. He sends chills down my spine
Well, what's his
every time he
name?
talks. He just sends chills down my spine
Ian
because
McDermott.
he did such a good job
Yeah,
of being
he's voiced
Palpatine.
him throughout everything.
I can't have anybody else be Palpatine.
No.
There's like we talked about, characters like Batman, who the gentleman passed away. I forgot his name now. I'm really bad with names.
Mhm.
And Mark Hamill as a Joker, as Luke. There are certain voices that you can't remove because it just feels not. It doesn't feel normal. Like the gentleman who plays Darth Vader, Earl, right?
James Earl Jones.
Jim, those are iconic voices for
Mhm.
iconic characters, and I think he's up there. Like people don't really consider Palpatine as one of the big guys out there, but he has to be. He's been in so many movies and TV shows and animations. Like, how do you not have him up there, ranked as one of the highest, right?
Yeah.
Villains of all time in Star Wars. Yeah, man. He just when he came out of the bottom there, I'm like, oh fuck, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah.
All that hard work you did. I'm sorry, that shit don't mean nothing anymore. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, it
Um,
was, and throughout the whole couple episodes they kept mentioning him, and then he always had his like his his lackeys taking over
his
everything, being like,
blue bull.
yeah, the blue bull.
Does he have blue balls?
His blue balls taken on.
Oh, heavy bars.
And,
He's like a Russian bull. That's what he sounds like.
yeah.
Oh man, and he's been there from the beginning. He was actually there in
Mm-hmm.
the Clone Wars, right?
Yep.
And then also in the movies 1, 2, 3 episode, right?
Yep.
At the center, you could always see him there. Where do we begin? Let's talk about the sniper. Did you any like we obviously got unveiled who it was at the end,
Yeah.
but did you have any theories of who could have been?
No, I thought it was just gonna be like a bounty hunter and they were gonna be like, oh, like Scooby Doo, like, oh, look who it is. But then they did that, and then when it came off, I was just like, oh shit, it's a clone. And then, and I was thinking this right before it happened. I was just like, I was for some reason, maybe because it was like a spy type couple episodes and there was some like interrogations and stuff, and for some reason I was thinking of like the World War II spies who had cyanide teeth implanted and then they bit down on him, and that popped in my head, and then he was like and it was like an electric version of that, and I was like, oh shit, it happened.
You know who I thought it was because of the sniper? It was the other member from the Bad Batch.
I thought it would have been Deadeye or Deadshot or whatever. No, that's
not
DC.
No,
Crosshair.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be him for me because he's the guy, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised he wasn't in there though.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Crosshair for a bit too, and then when they just showed him in like, then they showed his armor, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not him. There's no reason why they would change his armor.
Oh, they could. They just want to make money.
Yeah, well, I mean, change it, but I mean, like, have him in completely different armor altogether.
I'm surprised he wasn't in there at all. Like, he should have been there in some way
in
the show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been cool to see two snipers trying to shoot at each other.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like, he just comes there just to, and maybe he will come at the end because he sees his fellow clone members all getting shot now, and maybe the truth does come out. We get another surprise guest in there. Rex shows up.
Yeah.
And I love Rex. It's a
Rex
great character.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great.
He's shown up in everything so far. He was in Tales of the Jedi. He's been in the Bad Batch, obviously Clone Wars.
Has there ever been a live adaptation of him yet?
No.
Okay. They did talk about him, right?
Well, he was in Attack of the Clones, but that all of the clones in all those movies were all CG. But I would love to see Tamia Morrison play an older Rex in.
Give him a poncho. Give him a poncho.
Yeah.
Like I want to see that. Please make that happen, Disney. Like,
yeah,
I would definitely love to see a poncho.
Well, and then there was speculation that it was, well, people hoped, but obviously it doesn't make sense because he would have recognized Obi-Wan. But in the Obi-Wan show, the clone trooper that was like begging for change, begging for credits, just because he was in blue armor, everyone was like, "Is that Rex?" But then they were like, "Oh no, you would have known Obi-Wan." But that was cool. That was one thing that they did cool in Obi-Wan, was having Tamia Morrison play a begging clone trooper.
I also liked we had, what's his name, the royal gentleman,
Jimmy Smits.
Yes, his character is again
Bail Organa.
He's in there. So you had some big characters show up in these 2 episodes.
Well, and also too, one of the senators that was arguing for the main senator,
Admiral.
No, the woman,
the female, Omega's cousin.
Yeah. There was another senator that was arguing for her that we see later in live action in Rogue One, who was part of the rebellion, and she was the one who set up the line. Like, she was the one who said, well, we're just supposed to go in there with hope, and then she's
that's
rebellions are built on hope. but and also it's the same. The girl who played her in Rogue One voiced her in this, which was cool. And she's the senator for Terrace.
So I did like the story of these clones running and hiding. Rest in peace to all of them that died. These episodes, there was a few that lost their lives.
There's some casualties in this episode.
I did like the fact that this senator. Do you mind pulling her name up? Because I don't know if I did like the fact that she really wanted to help this group of people. Like it was sort of like a pension package she's trying to put together for these guys, right? Hey guys, I know you're part of the union, and they kind of kick you out, but let me put a pension package together for you guys, which is nice because these guys have been cast aside now. They're useless to the force, right?
Yeah.
They don't care about these guys anymore. And so having these guys at least have some sort of living kind of opportunity is all she wants to do for these guys. And I would have loved it if they just were able to get some sort of pass to go and live off in another planet or something, like a designated planet where they can go there and no one can question them.
Yeah, they need
amnesty kind of thing, right? Like,
yeah, they need a Florida.
Just go to this planet away out there. Nobody would care about you guys or blame you guys or fight you guys on anything, and they could just build a colony there. I would have loved to have that. What's that?
Yeah, Senator Amida or Amida.
See, I'm telling you, this is Amiga's cousin. I'm telling you,
it's Amedda.
It might as well just be Amiga.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, Chuchi.
Oh yeah, Chuchi. Okay. So we're not even close.
No,
but
Amida
still, it could be Amiga's cousin,
right hand.
Yeah,
the Blue Bulls.
Russian
Amida.
Blue Bulls. Yeah, so Chuchi. Where did they come up with these names? What was the other guy's name? The Wookiee from last episode.
Grumpy.
Gungi. Oh man. Somebody's smoking.
It almost sounds like a slur.
Yeah, right.
Fucking Gungi.
He said it, not me, folks. Yeah, no, I really love all the new characters that they introduced. By the way, the guards were pretty dope too. They weren't idiots.
Yeah,
they actually held their own. Like I'm like, oh, these guys are gonna be so stupid. They're like these kind of characters remind me of when you play a video game and you have the help. That helps you in a firestorm, but they really don't do anything. They just stand there.
If you hide in cover and you watch them, they're just like, all right, go.
They're not shooting anybody.
Reloading. Nothing happens.
So I thought these guys were gonna be like that, but no.
Yeah.
They actually did some actual shooting and saving some lives here.
Yeah, and they didn't just immediately run, get shot, and then like, oh, I'll save you. Like, open a door, get shot, make sure she gets through. All right, you go on ahead. I'll meet you there. Then you hear him die, and you're like, all right, they did their job.
Yeah, they held their own, right?
Yeah.
They're probably gonna make figures of it. If they're smart, they will. With people will buy army building. Everyone loves that kind of stuff. Anybody else that I'm missing that I thought was really cool from this episode? Just trying to think who else. There was no Jedis to be found.
Nope.
Which is interesting. You're at Coruscant and there's no Jedis.
I'm
just saying, man.
That's because they're all in hiding, and there's only like 10 left, and none of them are on Coruscant. It's like the biggest. Well, that's why they're all super apprehensive about going to Coruscant. They're like, we should go to Coruscant. And Omega's just like, why? What's there? And they're like, oh yeah, I guess you've never been there. It's kind of the homeworld of all of the people that want us dead.
The worst place you could go to in the galaxy, and we're gonna go to it.
Let's go there.
Sounds like a plan, mate. And then the other thing that I was noticing was there was no other major bad guy, like major besides Admiral. There was nobody else that was like significant, Like there was no Thrawn, there was no Vader, there's none of these guys were there.
I mean,
Anyway.
there's fucking Palpatine.
No, I'm just saying, like, other than that, there wasn't anybody else in Coruscant. There was nothing of significant. I would have loved to see a cameo from somebody else too.
Yeah,
It
I
would've
think they
been
might be
nice.
building up. I mean, we have what 7 more episodes.
Yeah, it's
So, I
ramping
mean,
up though. It is ramping up.
Rampart's gone now, so like
Oh, he got done dirty.
Rampart's gone. That
I
was
wonder if
the
he's gonna
main
flip.
villain.
What if he flips?
Well, I don't think so. I think
That
like,
would be juicy if he flips.
but they're just gonna send him. Like they're just gonna pull a Catholic Church and just move him to a different planet.
No, they're gonna
just
send
like-
him to that same place that Cassian went to.
Yeah,
He's gonna go to the Tesla factory.
he's gonna go to the Tesla factory. No, he's just gonna go work on another ship in like the Outer Rim, and they're just gonna be like, "All right, we'll just shuffle you over. Nobody will know who you are and the shit that you did."
Or maybe he'll work in the same place as the other guy, serial guy. What's the name?
Oh
Cyril?
yeah, Cyril. Yeah,
Cyril,
they're just gonna send him to the
telemarketing.
the telemarketing place. Yeah.
Oh,
Then we're
man.
gonna meet Rampart's angry, disappointed mother. Oh, you lost your job. Maybe you shouldn't have killed all those Kaminoans. Very disappointed in you. Don't worry, I'll call you uncle. He'll get you a nice job.
So this 2 episodes were really important as well because it's the first time that the Senate knows what really happened in Camino.
Yeah.
Right? Now the cat's out of the bag.
Mhm.
Everybody knows what happened over there, all the lives that were lost over there.
Mhm.
So I wonder if does this impact future Star Wars shows?
Yeah, because this is going to be the reason why. So Palpatine's essentially going to use this event just like he did with the Jedi. Like he flipped the switch and was just like, the Jedi tried to kill me. They are they are the enemy. They are what's the term when you try and kill when you go against your country, what's that called? They're traitors. Yeah.
Traitors.
It's like they're all traitors. They
Yeah.
are not to be trusted, and that's why they're like, okay, Jedi's are bad. They
The
tried to kill them.
defectors. The defectors.
Yeah, they defected. They're
Yeah.
traitors,
Yeah.
and he's using this situation just like Rampart used all of the clones, and they didn't argue at all, and they murdered an entire planet of people. So the clones aren't to be trusted, and we need to kill them all. Or not
Yeah.
kill them all, because he's going to continue to use they're only clones, they're not people, but they need to be destroyed and deactivated. So there's just going to be a huge like genocide of clones now, and then the conscription, and then stormtroopers are going to be like, all right, this is the new shit now.
I know we've been all over the place today instead of going a linear kind of way, but that's okay because there's so much to talk about, and I didn't want to do it that way. It just sometimes it's good to just go back and forth, and if we've spoiled some things for anybody that's going to be watching this, we apologize, but that's what we do here. We've been doing this for over a couple of years now, so that's what we do.
And these 2 episodes were so closely linked. Like the first
you have
episode
to.
absolutely was just a setup to tee off the second episode.
And did it tee off. Woo!
Oh, yeah, the heist bit, right when they started like getting over there, I was just like, oh shit, this is the heist bit. There's a heist. And then at the end, when they like crash the ship and they're like, all right, we're going above them, and they get into the escape pod and Tech's driving, and I was just like, oh, this is a callback to this pod racer episode. So
Yeah,
he's good at flying.
That's pretty
so
cool.
Like, all right, that's cool. That validates that episode, I guess.
in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we let everybody know that we're gonna definitely spoil everything we talk about, but if you don't want to be spoiled, go and watch the show and then come back and watch this. Watch it a million times if you want to. We could use the views. Go ahead, keep clicking on it, watch it,
put it on repeat.
If you're new here, subscribe. I mean, I don't know why you don't want to subscribe. We just give away free cool toys all the time and prizes. So you just click on a button and you get a chance to win. I mean, It's a no-brainer, to be honest with you. And then hit the like button. You gotta hit the like button because then this crazy thing called the algorithm, it sends off messages to beacons of hope to other people who can then be entertained by us because we're here. Stop. Yeah, and we do lots of shows. We just The Last of Us. We did that. That's a banger of a show. Speaking of Last of Us,
yeah,
new time, a new day for this week because the Super Bowl on Sundays. A little sporting event called the Super Bowl. It's like a nice shiny China bowl that people kind of give away at the end of the game. But yeah, they decided to move it from Sunday night
contest.
yeah, dumplings. They decided to move it from Sunday to Friday night, and we are going to scramble to get a show for you guys right after the show ends on Western time zone. Probably 9:30 p.m. Pacific time on Friday night. I think that's where we're going to be leaning at. We're going to schedule it tomorrow, so we're looking for that schedule for the live, and then watch us live. Come and ask us some questions, give your theories, or watch us on replay. And also, you can post some comments on there, and we'll try to answer. We definitely try to answer people's comments when you leave, pop culture related comments on our YouTube channel. We definitely go and try to respond. All right, and then also, go to ANR Universe at ANR Universe and go and say hi to us, follow us, recommend some things to us. We'd love to hear. Communicating with people that love pop culture is one of the coolest things ever. I've met so many people with the show, and I'm very thankful for meeting so many people that I get to engage on things I love. So it's just awesome, and I would love to meet lots of people out there who don't have to have my same opinion as me, but just respects my opinions, and I respect their opinions, and we just talk about cool shit all the time. So that's what A&R is all about. Talking cool shit all the time and hanging out with people. All right, back into the fold here. So yeah, we have this investigation going on by what's her name? Chuchi, yeah.
Senator Cucci.
Senator Chuchi. Yeah. So she basically is trying to get a pension plan for the clone troopers. And
she goes into the bar and has a drink with the boys and
talk about meeting the people, right?
Yeah.
Talk about kissing babies, drinking some JD, right? Like talk about going down to meet the people. Didn't see that with any Andor politicians, I'll tell you that.
Nope.
But kudos to her for trying. Even though she's a new character, I didn't even know this character before.
Yeah, she was in the Clone Wars.
I didn't know.
Episodes, actually.
For me, I didn't know, but hey, kudos to her for going deep and almost getting herself killed in the process to do something for them. So big ups to her. I loved the first episode to set up everything, and the second episode was probably the better of the two, which is because of the crew coming over there. Rex is there, and now they're planning to get some evidence to back up her, because her witnesses are dead. They're all dead. They got shot. So she needs some evidence to go up against Admiral Rampart in the Senate to prove that him and his little homies were busting out some missiles in Camino, right? So they have to go get a recording device?
It was
a data
essentially
log, right?
Yeah. So there was a data log just showing it was like the body cam footage of the ship that one of the clones backed up.
GoPro.
Yeah. And then he's just like, I backed up the body cam footage of the ship.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question. Okay, I'll ask you when we get to near the end. Okay, I'll save it for that. Okay, sorry, go ahead. I'll ask you at the end.
Okay. Yeah, that was pretty much what they were going to.
So the team gets together with Rex, and they are. What do you think of the whole process from beginning to end, getting that data? Did you like that whole? I thought it was cool, man.
What, the heist?
Yeah, it was
It was
good.
so good.
I loved
Like,
it.
that's what I mean. The
It
last
wasn't over the
episode,
top, right?
no,
It was just good. It was realistic too.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it wasn't like a, oh, Rex, use your super strength. Oh, Tech,
Hunter,
use
throw that
your,
knife and kill 5 guys with one throw.
yeah, no, oh, okay, Hunter, you should smell the guys, see if there's anyone coming. Use your super smell. And then he's like, Hunter, Hunter, and just says like, it wasn't. It was, yeah, like, realistic. It was fast paced. Like, there's a lot of shit going on, and it was fun to watch. And they didn't stand around to it didn't really have any low points. It was just like balls to the wall the whole time. They ran in, everyone's running, making cool shots, doing cool moves. They get into the thing, he plugs in, boop, 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 boop. Oh, fuck, we need power. Well, that'll set off the alarm. How much time do we have? Not long. Oh, no, the power's on. Let's fucking go. Send the troops
It was
coming.
almost
And
and I like that. It was instant because, of course, why wouldn't it be instant? You turn on the power to a ship,
yeah,
there's got to be instant reaction to that,
yeah.
right?
And they
So
send out
yeah,
bombers, then they like, and then he's just like, all right, now turn on the guns. There's explosions everywhere.
yeah, and they got the data, which was cool. Yeah, I
And there
mean,
wasn't like a long, like okay, jam the doors. Okay, shoots the controls, and then like 5 seconds later, they like open them up. Then there's gunfire. Then they turn on the ship, which then throws everyone off balance, and then they just sneak away. And it was a well executed plan. It was fun to watch.
yeah, it was fun to watch. I thought it was one of the best scenes in this season so far. Is one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
It kept you on your toes. You want to know if somebody's going to get left behind or shot at, injured, kind of thing. It was cool. The one thing I was a little annoyed with was they were okay with leaving Omega with the set. I know it's just a safe decision to make because they're going to go to a thing, but they said that she's going to protect him or her, and I was just like, what? Like those guards probably like, wait, what about us here? Hello, you're going to think that she's going to protect the senator here? Come on,
but also not having Omega in the heist made one of the best heists to watch because it was just the Bad Batch fucking shit up.
I would have been so annoyed if she was on that heist, man.
Yeah,
I would have been so annoyed, and her shooting her arrows and killing people. Like, no, she's a kid, man. She doesn't have any training at that level. She maybe in time when she's with them for another season or two, and she gets a little bit older, like 18 years old, kind of thing. Well, you know what I mean, like in terms of height or something. Like I know that she's the same age. People, oh, you're the same age. Yes, I get it, but I think she needs training, and she can be one of the Bad Batches. And now, like the ending is setting it up for her to be in that position.
Well, not only that, but they also kind of like when she was sitting there meditating, it was just like,
I just was gonna ask you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What were you gonna ask me?
I was just gonna ask you: is she going to be trying to learn the Jedi arts?
I think so, and that's what I was saying in the last episode that we talked about. Oh, it's just like I think she's going to turn out to be Force sensitive because like that would make sense. Like again, we know everyone's skill, and they were all bred in the same thing to have a special skill. And this cloning facility later, they have a hidden cloning facility, like a Black Ops cloning facility later that they start using for Palpatine and stuff. But they created all these clones as prototypes and as testers. Maybe Omega was their test to be like, all right, can we clone somebody to be Force sensitive? Obviously, it doesn't work because later they need to take Grogu
and develop as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning when I saw that, I was like, this is very intriguing, and she likes it. She's trying to learn, right? She's not trying to ignore it. So, in that conversation with Echo, it was foreshadowing of what's going to happen between their relationship with the two of them. They're obviously close, right? And she's close with everybody, but she's obviously a little bit closer with him now because in the last episode, they're the only two that always is left behind,
Yeah.
right? So I'm sure because of that, they probably have a more bond between the two of them. And the ending,
Yeah.
obviously, so obviously they get the data to the council and then play the data, and Palpatine comes in and just totally shits on Admiral Rampart. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I knew it. We can't be trusted like this. This guy, blah blah blah. He did it on his own, and man, how choked was Admiral Rampart? He's like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, I was just carrying out orders. Like, you bastard! Like,
Yeah.
oh man!" And then he just got arrested, and it just opened the door for Palpatine to just go full on now, right?
Yep.
Stormtroopers, right? And you just hear that, and you could just see all the Rex and everybody else in the team going, "Oh my god! Like we just literally rolled out the red carpet for this guy.
Yep.
Literally did everything for this. Put our lives online for this douchebag, right?"
Yep.
And
He had plans upon plans, and
they said it. He
Yeah.
used to be 1 step ahead. Now he's 3 steps ahead,
yep.
right? Like that's how smart this guy is. He's got an answer for it all.
Mm-hmm.
He saw this coming, and he's like, "Okay, how do I make this even sweeter?" Right?
Did you ever watch the show All the President's Men, the movie?
Was it the heist?
So All the President's Men was this movie in like the early 80s, I think. And it was like this conspiracy kind of like spy movie sort of thing about all the stuff leading up to Watergate and like Reagan and him getting taken away.
I can't remember. No.
It had, who was in that? 1976. Yeah, it had Dustin Hoffman, Robert Redford, Jason Roberts. Anyway, it was a really cool like political drama thriller. But there was a line that was directly taken from that movie, and is like super famous line where he's just like, just follow the money. And in this episode, they had Organa say that exactly that, and this was like a political heist thriller episode. So it was cool to see a reference or like inspiration taken from that movie for episode 8 or 7, I guess. And have a line directly taken from it, which is cool.
Yeah, it was so slick and savvy, and that's what Palpatine's all about. Just so like just on point, like ready to go and 3 steps ahead. So now the team is like they just basically got suckered into doing all this work, right? And Rex now has to work even harder now to protect these guys because now we have stormtroopers to deal with. Now we have everybody on board in the Senate going, yes, let's eradicate all of these guys and bring in this new regime of troopers that are going to protect us, right?
The Jedi also, too, the inspiration for conscripting all of these people is going to be, we need volunteers to help eradicate this foe that now exists.
All kinds of people coming. Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, the clones are all bad. They tried to kill. They just follow orders of crazy people. Oh, we have to kill them all. Okay, I'll sign up.
And you're going to have all kinds of bounty on them.
Yep.
All these people come out of the woodworks to go and make some cash, right, on the side. Yeah, it's all out for them, so it gets even more dangerous. I wonder what the end game is for this, though, because there has to be an end game. Do they all get slaughtered? Do they all get slaughtered or not? Because we don't see them in The Mandalorian.
No.
We don't see them anywhere.
Well, they're pretty old by this point because they age twice as fast-ish compared to real people.
That's true.
And in Rebels, you see Rex and those clones, they're all pretty old.
Yeah.
Like they're all gray beards
but they're in that little desert with that little big contraption.
They are
moving around, right? So they're still alive, Maybe that's the end game, is to be at that place, and maybe those are the last remaining ones.
Yeah, maybe, and maybe they do get a pension. Like maybe it's not as scorched earth as I think that, but I mean that makes the most sense because it already worked. If Palpatine could turn the galaxy against Jedi, who were like the saviors of good,
Yeah.
and then like just a bunch of clones that are robots to people, then that wouldn't be that difficult to do either. So
hmm Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I just want them to have a happy ending. That's it. That's all I
yeah,
want. Just
they've been through
nestled
so
away.
much.
Yeah, nestled away in some corner, having a little barbecue, just having some drinks. People just leave them the fuck alone. That's all I
Yep.
want.
Yep.
I hope I get that in this season. I do think that they need to end. Oh, sorry, did I press the wrong button? I do think that they need to end the clone story this season. What do you think? Wrap it
Yeah.
up in a nice bow this season. I don't want to extend it to next season.
No, I don't think there's enough time really, especially now that like clones are no longer a thing. Like they've I think done a wonderful job of referencing, like in the first episode I think it was, you heard clones talking about the conscription bill. um so it's cool to see just things mentioned in the background now come to the foreground later in the season. So at this point in the timeline, we don't have much time for much else to really happen. And now that we've seen the start officially of the end of the clones in this episode, I think it's just going to be them hiding.
It's all
And
out. It's all out now, and they need to just hide. They need to go,
yeah,
right? And they need to separate too, which is what the ending is really bittersweet kind of thing. Is
yeah,
one of the members now,
Echo.
Echo has to, and that's why we have him in the background there, saluting him as well. Um, he now has to help Rex out
Hmm.
because Rex is gonna need the help, right?
Yeah,
And it sucks because Omega is just like, what are we doing here? What? Where are you going?
yeah,
Why are we saying bye? Right? And she just kind of, you could feel that she was so attached to him, and that's what I was asking in the earlier. Is they've got this bond that's kind of started growing in season 2
yeah,
between the two of them, and she loses another member of the team, right?
yeah.
Does
Well, and
she
there
be, does she
there was
replace him?
Rex or Echo.
Yeah, does she become the member of the Bad Batch at the end? Is that the end game here?
Uh, well, I mean, having Echo, it also made sense him leaving with Rex because Echo kind of makes tech superfluous. Like he's just another guy who can interface with robot stuff and hack. And it was just like, all right, we got two nerds
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So story wise, it made sense. And also too, it was like he was there to add a little bit of drama between
Mhm.
Omega and the team, and he was a necessary story point of adding a little complication between having Omega there. So now that is kind of that arc
Because they went
has
from the
been
Bad
resolved.
Batch, they went from the Bad Batch to the Bad Patch now. Right?
Yeah.
It just keeps minusing characters off their team.
Hmm.
I Do you think Disney's going to do a spin-off with these two, Rex and Echo, like a
Um,
buddy cop kind of thing?
I mean that'd be pretty cool.
But does it have maybe one season max?
Yeah, or just like a mini series. I mean,
Yeah,
Star Wars has done mini series
5-part
too,
mini
or
series.
like a 3-part or something like that. Side note of like timeline and clones. Do you remember or have you heard it's kind of been confirmed by Dave Filoni. It's like half confirmed, but in Return of the Jedi, Rex is in it.
What?
Yeah. So there's a guy, and this is like been this has been half confirmed for like head canon, where there was a guy in Return of the Jedi on Endor who they kind of modeled. So like later in Rebels, when you see Rex and he's older and he's got a beard, there's a dude in Return of the Jedi who looks a lot like that. And they've kind of just they modeled him after him, and they're just like, yeah, fuck it, sure, he was in Endor. So that guy right there,
Wow.
they're
okay.
like, yeah, fuck it, that's Rex. He was part of the Rebel Alliance after he survived. So yeah, later they were like, yeah, sure, that old
fan
Santa
service,
looking,
fan service.
yeah,
right?
they're like, yeah, fuck it, and they said that they kind of modeled him after that guy.
Sure, why not? Rest in
yeah.
peace to that guy. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's alive still.
Well, probably not.
40 years
But-
ago.
So he is, yeah, like we see. Hold on. There's a side by side picture.
Yeah,
It's like, yep. But
done.
so they've got maybe 10, 15 years. They could do, and he's still I guess, confirmed alive in Return of the Jedi. So yeah, I mean, they could do, I mean, a buddy cop clone thing. Just trying to think.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty
I want a
cool.
live action of that.
I was just gonna say, getting a live action though
Just
would be
cracking
better.
some beers, cracking some skulls, right? Oh man, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
and just get Tamina Morrison to play them both, just talking
Yeah.
to himself.
Fuck,
That'd be
do it.
awesome.
Do it. Why not? Right? That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'll do that. It's a whole lot better than everything else they're putting out right now.
Yeah. So this season now, okay, I think we talk about this every. Well, no, the last couple we didn't because they were boring. But I don't know actually if they have talked about doing a season 3 of this show.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything official about season 3 yet.
No.
Do they end it at season 2 then?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
I think it'd be
Because
a bit harsh to end it at season 2.
but the timeline wise, like that's why I'm thinking that it was intentional to have this right before Ahsoka or The Mandalorian. Because like maybe they introduce, that's why I was like, maybe in the Bad Batch they introduced Thrawn. Well, I guess no, the Mandalorian's going to be
Is Admiral Rampart Thrawn?
no.
Or
no,
does
the
he
timeline's
go
so messed
does
up.
he go and help Thrawn ascend to the next level out of his hate? But Thrawn was loved by Palpatine though.
Oh, absolutely.
He was his Yang to Vader. right?
Yeah.
He was like, I have two people in place here, right?
When we get no, it's still too early because Thrawn doesn't show. Thrawn obviously is from Rebels.
So he's
And
still a
that's-
youngling.
Yeah, he's pretty young at this point because this is before A New Hope, and Thrawn only kind of shows up around there. So yeah, maybe not. But yeah, I'm curious who, now that they've gotten rid of their main villain. Yeah, I'm because it was a fairly like bookended episode. Like it didn't really leave. It was like a done story, and also everything that they had like referenced in the last and all this season was kind of tied up by this episode. So
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward
very
to
curious
next
where
week.
it's going.
I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I'm curious to where they're going to start it off now. Obviously, they're going to be trying to go save as many clone troopers as they can, but I want to see. Like, I hope there's no filler episode next week. That's going to
Yeah.
really kill the mood
Yeah,
because you just went back to back home runs here. I don't want to see a filler episode next week. That's going to really set us back.
yeah.
maybe the week after, give us a fun episode.
Sure. But
Give
like
us
this,
give
the
us something
next,
to look forward to the tail end of this show.
yeah,
Right?
because like if the next, because the next episode needs to set up the latter half of the season.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
again, they've already tied up all their loose ends, and the last episode didn't. It wasn't like, oh, what's going to happen next? It was just like, all right, Echo's gone, and now they all fuck off into the sunset.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe there's a time jump,
Maybe
right?
I'd be down with that.
Yeah, a time jump where she's a little bit older, she's
Yeah.
got more training, and she's now part of the full life of the crew.
Yeah,
I can deal with that. No problem with that.
Yeah.
I've always had issue, and the only issue that I had was she's just too young,
mm-hmm.
right? And if she is able to get a little bit older in terms of maturity,
Yeah,
and she gets more training, like 2 more years getting trained by 3 of the baddest troopers out there,
yeah,
you know, like getting trained by Hunter, Wreck, and Tech, where she gets a bit of each one of their traits,
yeah,
and then where she can hold her own in all aspects, where they had to be flying something, fighting something, or making something, crafting something, right? She's got that ability because she
Yep.
learned from all 3 of them. So, yeah, I mean, time jump will be pretty cool. Not too much, maybe I'd say 2-year time jump,
yeah.
and then they can meet up with Echo and Rex and see
Rex.
where they're at, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see in the last 2 years what they've done to help the clone troopers.
Yeah. Now they're all in exile, pretty much.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. And then maybe, but in that 2 years, somebody else has moved up the ranks to be the baddie, right?
Yeah.
They could introduce another bad person. I don't know who that be, but they can introduce somebody else that will give them a run for their money till the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean,
That-
depending on how far, actually. So,
like I said, the only thing I just don't want next week is a filler. It just
Yeah.
really will kill the buzz of what
Yep.
they've just built back-to-back episodes.
trying to see where. Yeah, if they jump ahead, then it would.
Well, how many years is it before Rebels?
That's what I'm looking at.
It's got to be a few years minimum. And Omega's nowhere to be found in Rebels. There's no word of her. So she's
Well, neither
obviously
the
not
Bad
going to.
Batch.
She obviously didn't die because that'd be such a sad ending. It's like
Yeah.
season 3 ends with Omega dead. Like that's just, yeah. So they got to tie that loose end as well,
Yeah.
right? They got to explain why she didn't show up in Rebels, why Rex didn't speak of her at all. So I definitely want to have that loose end covered up. And maybe they don't speak of her because she wants to be a Jedi and left alone.
Yeah. I mean,
like you don't want to talk about another Jedi because you want them to be. Maybe she's like, I want to be a Jedi. Please don't tell anybody where I am, what I do, right? Because I'm being hunted throughout the galaxy.
I mean, if they jump ahead, now the easy thing, kind of like a boring, predictable writing thing would be jump ahead a few years to where Omega starts finding out that she's force sensitive. Then she starts training with a Jedi, and then Inquisitors start coming after her. Yeah, and then Inquisitors start coming after her. And then there you have Inquisitors as the bad guy, which would just seem weird to change the whole premise of the show pretty much halfway through. I think
it's going to be Stormtroopers.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like the next thing that happens timeline wise is the Kenobi TV show. So like Inquisitors are a thing, but
I think it's going to be Stormtroopers to end the season off.
Yeah,
because they just announced it. They have to bring them in to the next few episodes, right?
Yeah,
the production, all of how they're going to grow this army of Stormtroopers. Maybe these guys are going to try to sabotage the growth of it so it slows it down, right? So Stormtroopers definitely have to be in the fold somehow.
Yeah.
You
Oh
don't
yeah,
just
they're
announce.
going to be.
You don't just announce it and just not even talk about it for the rest of the season, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it'll be interesting. Yeah, like I said, I just hope it's not a filler. Please don't be a
Yeah.
filler. Please don't be a filler.
That'll be
Okay.
frustrating if it is.
Okay, let's give our scores for both of the episodes. We'll start with episode 7. What did you give that episode?
I'm gonna say 9.
Ooh. Okay, that's a spicy meatball. Okay, I didn't see that one coming at all.
It was great. There's cool assassination stuff. There was spy shit and political thriller, which
Some appearances.
yeah,
right?
there's some reoccurring appearances. And I'm very happy that they put these 2 episodes out together because they
Okay.
flow into each other perfectly.
Okay, so you give it a
and
9 out of 10. All right. I'm there, almost there with you. I just thought it was one step below, but it was still a good episode. I thought it's really nice. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I
Mhm.
think it was a solid episode. It was nice to see something besides a filler,
Mhm.
and it just amped it up. It gave more clarity of what's going on in this season. What is this season really down to what it's about,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, 8 out of 10 for me on episode 7. What about episode 9? I'm sorry, 8.
10.
Episode 8, 10. Wow.
10. This is exactly what I
Woo.
think this show, this
You're handing
IP.
out good numbers everywhere these days, huh? Yeah, Last of Us is getting 10s. Bad
Yeah.
Batch is getting 10s.
Well, this is the last
Pretty
episode
soon Willow
was
2 will get 10.
fuck off. But this is exactly what I want from the Bad Batch. I want fucking cool heist stuff. I want
Yeah, man.
big characters showing up and having
Yeah.
impact and drama and like
Edge of your seat excitement.
yeah. And episode 3 where it was like, here is some serious real world heavy shit about veterans and the impact that it has on a society with war and soldiers. And it was like, fuck. And then these 2 episodes were like, we're going back there. That heavy shit, we are pulling all of that we set up. And these 2 episodes were a great callback to everything that was set up in this entire season. And the heist was so good. It was wonderfully done. And it blew my mind. And every episode this happens where unless there's a human on screen, most of the time I'm like, this looks real. Like when you have just aliens,
Mhm.
the texture and the detail and the animation, it looks so good. And when they do exterior shots, it's just like, this looks like real life.
One of the things I didn't have to worry about this show is animation. Animation has been great.
Oh yeah,
I've
phenomenal.
you can nitpick here and there, but I honestly think overall the animation from start to where we are right now has
Mhm.
been just great.
Yeah.
Right? It
And it's
goes the flow from last season.
yeah.
Right?
It's funny, like watching old Clone Wars episodes, like first couple seasons, where they're like, "What do you mean, Master Kenobi?" and they almost look like
Yeah.
animatronics.
Yeah.
Like the animation in this is top notch.
It's miles ahead. For
Oh
me,
yeah.
what I give episode 8, I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was very close to being masterful. Why I don't think it was 10 out of 10 is I was expecting a little bit more from Coruscant because of where we are. I was expecting to see maybe a Jedi, maybe not.
Wait, what did I give episode 3?
I don't remember. I think you gave it a 9, I think.
Okay.
Oh, no, I think you gave it a 10. I think
if I gave that a 10, then I'm giving this episode a 9.5.
Okay. I remember giving it the 9.5, I think.
Yeah,
We'll
half a
roll
point.
the tapes. We'll roll the
Yeah.
tapes next week and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, half a point less than episode 3 because I think
Okay.
episode 3 was a work of art and was perfect.
Totally understandable. Yeah.
And
Totally
this
understandable.
episode was like, it didn't move me, but it was
Yeah.
the most fun that I've had watching this.
I mean, it moved my bowels, but I mean, it moved me that way because I was literally shitting myself at the I give it a 9 out of 10 for sure. Good episode. Both
Yeah,
of them are good
it's great.
episodes. Like I said, we're back, baby. You know, like
Mhm.
we're on the train and we're heading on track now. So
Yeah.
please do not give me a filler episode next week, because that's 3 filler episodes in less than a month, right?
Yeah.
So I don't
That's too
need
much.
that. Yeah, please. Don't do
Yeah, if
that.
you're gonna have that many fillers, don't make 16 episodes.
Yeah, I could do without these things, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the end of our Bad Batch talk, and now we're gonna roll into the after hours. Do you need a washroom break, Justin?
Why you gonna
I'm gonna go
gonna
get some food, and then we can
go
talk.
go get some food?
Well, you're gonna have to entertain our many fans, the millions and millions of fans. Hey, we're doing the juggling act. I shall be back.
So yeah, now we're gonna talk about some other bullshit. While Elvin goes and gets food, and I'm totally not just gonna play this on repeat, which is still one of my favorite videos that exist on the internet. Yeah, so if you're new here, hit subscribe because we give away prizes every month. You can hit the subscribe button, it's right below you. If you're watching the replay, which I think most of you are, because there's it's, that's where people are. Yeah, leave a comment. We give away prizes every month. That's pretty bitching, right, Dio? Yeah, Dio agrees. Now, the one thing that I was excited about, and still am, I'm still curious as to who they're gonna make a villain, because Rampart's gone. So now who we got? I mean, obviously we got Palpatine, but anyway, Dio, who do you think's gonna be the bad guy? You don't know? I know there's so many bad guys. No, you don't need to give kisses. I didn't ask for those. I know you're tired. I know your life is difficult. You just nap and then you eat food and then you go pee on stuff and then you go smell a bunch of stuff. Yeah, your life's pretty difficult. But you're very cute. You're very handsome. I appreciate the kisses. But sometimes you give too many kisses. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing the Last of Us, because they changed, instead of Sundays, because they don't want to compete with Super Bowl, we're going to be doing it on Friday because that's when they're releasing it. I don't know why. I mean, they kind of vaguely just kind of out of nowhere announced that they're oh yeah, we're doing it Friday. It's like, oh, okay. Episode 10 and then 19. But they didn't really say before. And here's why. Because football. That's why. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. ET2 PST. Yeah, sure, whatever. That's what I meant. So 9 p.m. Wait, what did it say? It said 9 p.m. Eastern Time is 6 p.m. Okay. So it will be 6 p.m. on Friday instead of what the fuck? Whoa. That's weird. When you Google The Last of Us, here, internet. When you Google The Last of Us, now there's a mushroom. And if you click it, cordyceps show up. Oh, God. So many mushrooms. Holy shit. That's cool. Some intern got paid a lot at Google to do this. I wonder if I can crash the internet by spawning all of the mushrooms. Hold on. I think I have an auto clicker. Speaking of clickers. Okay. And time to break the internet. All right, I now have an auto clicker clicking hold on. How many times is it clicking? Still every millisecond. Oh god, I hit F5. Oh no. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can break this. Okay, it's still running good. Yeah, I don't think it'll break. It doesn't look like any of them are disappearing. I don't know of many franchises that Google actually does their own graphics for on the homepage. Oh, it's slowing down. Oh, we're getting laggy. All right, well, we'll just let that go for a while until Elvin gets back with his food. Oh yeah, it's bogging down. Yeah, I would assume that they would have made it so that it disappears if you spawn too many. But they didn't. So there has to be a point where this actually breaks Google. I might take down the whole internet.
Hello, hello.
Hey. So if you...
Yeah.
Oh, where'd you go?
I'm here.
Wow. If you Google The Last of Us, there's a mushroom button that pops up.
Serious?
Yeah, and I'm seeing how many mushrooms I can spawn before it crashes the internet.
Oh my god.
So I have an auto clicker that's clicking once every millisecond. And it's not supposed to look like this, but my frames are dropping drastically at this point. But I don't think there's a limit to... So what it normally looks like is when you Google Last of Us and then you go... Brrr. Yeah, anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah. What'd you get for food?
I got a chicken sandwich from Burger King.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I got that. And for our American people, I got the poutine.
The poutine.
The poutine.
The only good thing the French Canadians brought us.
Hey now.
That's a fact. That's confirmed.
Do you have any snacks?
No, I ate right before.
Okay.
I had some fusilli with some ricotta cheese and some roasted red peppers.
Did you hear about the announcements today?
No, what announcements?
Toy Story 5 is in the works.
Cry my eyes out, number 5. What's it going to be about? What even? What happened in Toy Story 4?
Remember, she gave what's the name? Gave the kid the toys.
Oh, right, Andy.
Yeah,
because Toy Story 3, Andy went to college.
and Woody, remember, it left.
Yeah, And then Toy Story 4 was the Spoon guy and the Daredevil guy.
Yeah.
So it's going to be his kids, and it's just going to be Toy Story 1 over again?
I don't know. I think they're milking this too much, man.
Well,
Like, let it lie. It's a classic. Leave it alone now. You know what it is? It's because they bought the studio and they want to make money out of that studio.
sure. But also, it's going to be for kids who haven't seen.
Yeah, but what do you mean you haven't seen? Just play the Disney Plus movies. They'll see it there.
Yeah. Yeah, the animation really holds up. So it's not like it aged.
Well, I just think that you're gonna ruin that franchise if you keep. At some point, people are gonna say, "Okay, enough is enough."
I don't know. The people who will watch it. It's obviously not for me,
Yeah.
so I don't really care. Sure, make more of them. Who cares?
And then
Disney will do what Disney will do, which is fucking make more movies.
Speaking of that, they're making Frozen 3.
I have not watched any of them, so
Really?
even less do I care. No, I don't have kids, and I'm a 30-year-old man. I have not watched Frozen.
Well, no. Well, a lot of 30-year-old men have watched it because their girlfriends take them to watch it, right? That's why I'm surprised they didn't watch it. But fair enough. I watched
When
it
did
because
it come out?
when Frozen 1 came out, my youngest was 4 years old and he was really into snow and stuff like that too.
2013. So that was 10 years ago. I don't remember what I was doing 10 years ago.
Well, like I said, my youngest was about 4 years old
Yeah.
and my oldest was about 8 years old. So it was right up their wheelhouse. Right?
Yeah, totally.
And I remember taking them to the theater and they were super excited to see it because they loved Snowman. So Olaf was a snowman, right?
Yeah.
And I thought the movie was good, man. I really did. It was a good movie.
Yeah. I've heard that it's a great Pixar thing.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah, I didn't mind it, but the second one was all right. It wasn't that crazy.
Mhm.
I honestly didn't like the second one. I just thought it was tried too hard
Sure.
to give it a really backstory when it didn't really need to.
Mm.
And then I don't know what this third one is going to be like, but I don't know. My wife adores this kind of stuff too. So if
Yeah.
she says let's go watch it, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Cowabunga, dude. We're talking about Willow.
No, we're not. Stop lying. He's gonna leave. He's like, I'm out.
He's like, all right, fuck this. No. Yeah.
Any other news in the industry?
There's going to be an update to Warzone next week, and they
what
are
kind of update?
season 2 starts 1 week from today. I think on the 15th.
How often does the season start?
Well, this is the second season. It's been out for how long now?
Like, what's the intervals? Like every 6 months?
I don't know. It was November 14th, so almost to the day.
Every 3 months, then.
1, 2, 3. Yeah,
Oh,
probably like every 3 or 4 months. So yeah, so season 2. So they're wiping all of the missions and everyone's weapon stashes in DMZ.
Wow, that must annoy a lot of people.
No, it was actually kind of relieving because like I have a bunch of weapons stored in my stash and I was like, oh, they're wiping it in 2 weeks. Fuck it. I'm going to bring in all the grenade launchers and all the shit that I've been saving up. And I just had a blast, like bringing in a grenade launcher. I went to go exfil and I was standing by a helicopter and somebody was on a mission where they have to like drive this special truck and run from a helicopter. And I just turned around. It was right there. And I was like, thunk, 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 and just ruined 4 people's day. It was great.
Wow.
But you keep, so the rewards that you get for the missions, you keep all of those. So you have these insured weapon slots, so then you
Mhm.
can put your custom weapons in there and then bring those in. You keep those slots. So for the next week, I'm trying really hard to unlock the third slot, but the missions are super difficult. So I'm most of the way there, but I probably won't make it. When I have the first two unlocked anyway, so those will carry over. But yeah, they're reworking all of the AI
And you're playing this on where? On our other channel?
on AGR.
Mm-hmm.
I'm streaming at times. Maybe I'll stream right after this.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
You know what I'm doing video game wise?
Oh, you're playing Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
I have not. I downloaded it,
Yeah.
but I have another game to play, The Last of Us remake.
Mm-hmm.
Today I played for about an hour.
What part you get to?
So
Did you
I'm
do the
at,
fridge?
I'm okay. You keep saying this fridge thing. I haven't done this fridge thing,
Okay.
but I'm at. So the clickers really piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, boy, do I hate these things. I just, what's her name just died.
Tess.
Tess just died, so I got out of that building.
Yeah.
And now I recall you talking about the water thing where you have Ellie can't swim.
Yep.
So I got to get the little raft for her. The what's it called?
Yep. The pallet.
Pallet. Got her across there,
Yep.
and now we're gonna go see Bill.
Nice.
We're off the highway, and we're gonna go to the tree area. We're gonna go see Bill. So
Yeah,
That's
you're
where I'm
almost
at.
caught up.
yeah, I'm hoping to get another hour in on Friday morning.
Mhm.
That maybe I can get close to the episode on Friday. I was really hoping the episode was on Sunday because it would have given me another day to go play it again.
Yeah.
For me, like I don't have a whole lot of time to play games, so if I can get an hour here and there in, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Right? It does my it does my body good.
Yeah.
But I do want to get to Harry Potter because I downloaded the game already. I bought it twice because I bought it for PS5 and I've also bought it for the Steam Deck. Reason why is you could be a good guy and a bad guy.
Oh.
You could choose the path you want. So for my Steam Deck, I'm going to be a badass.
Yeah.
And from my PS5, I'll be a goody two shoe and see
Nice.
how the stories change and evolve. Two different paths.
There is a Star Wars open world game that was announced that Ubisoft is making. And I don't know if it's Massive Entertainment. What did they make?
They make massive games.
Oh, thanks. They made Tom Clancy's The Division. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's a good game. Division was a good game.
Yeah, those were fun. Those were
How about
cool.
this? We have a Star Wars party that comes out.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You down?
Like, yeah.
Let's
Well,
let's get the whole team in this thing.
well, it is open world, and I think it's multiplayer.
It has to be a multiplayer. It'd be weird if it wasn't.
Hold on. I don't think it's coming out till like 2025 though. It's not coming out for no. It's a single. It's a story-driven open world. That's really all they've said.
But you can interact with other people probably in the game.
Maybe. Yes, accept cookies. It's fine. Steal all my information. Sell it to Russia. 2023 open world game is targeted 2023 release? Bullshit.
No way.
I haven't even fucking seen anything about it. Let's see. Well, this update will be unfortunate for fans. Important to note that the game is still on track. The idea of a 2023 release was a huge year for it, but it could mean that the mystery surrounding it is about to dissipate somewhat.
But they have another Star Wars game coming out, that part 2 of the Cal, what's the name?
Kestis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his-
Jedi.
in May, I believe, right?
Yeah, that comes out pretty quick. Jedi Survivor comes out in. You can pre-purchase it. April.
Oh man, I got to get going on that too.
April 28th. That game, yeah, you can pre-purchase it on Steam. April 27th, it says.
I'm probably gonna do it on Steam.
Yeah, that's what I played it on as well.
Because I would love to play on the Steam Deck on the go.
Yeah. That game was one of the few that I 100%ed. Like I went through, found all the collectibles. Wow. It was just such a fun game to play around in. The combat was so good. It was such a rewarding game because it was fucking hard, but not Dark Souls hard. It was very much like, all right, you got to learn the abilities, learn the moves. It was a Dark Souls light. And also not a game that you can put down for a couple weeks and then come back and not get shit rocked. It was just like, oh, you don't remember how to, because I was like, oh, I'll play through New Game Plus again, and went through, and then I was just like, oh yeah, this is really fucking hard. I need to spend a few hours just learning it again. Wait, did you download Warzone again or yet?
I have Warzone, yeah.
Why don't we play right now?
But I have it for the PlayStation.
So it's cross-platform. We can do that.
Unfortunately, I cannot play. I have to get up.
Fine.
I would love to play if it was Friday night, and we
Maybe
didn't have
we'll do that Friday.
Well, we could do it right after The Last of Us.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'll set it up.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, I'll be a few beers deep, and I'll fly a helicopter. It'll be great.
I'll have no idea what I'm doing, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll guide you. It is. Oh, it's so much fun.
We'll play it on the AGR platform.
Yeah.
So anybody
get on Discord.
Like, what's AGR? Well, it's our gaming channel. That's we're trying to build it. We'll be honest with you guys. It's a small channel, but it's got a lot of love in it, and we want to eventually get to the point where we can continue to put more content in there, and we'll get there. We're just trying to figure out our schedule here because we have so many things going on here, and I will say this, that you're putting content on there on a week-to-week basis. You're playing games there. You played sometimes, I think, 6 hours. And from all accounts, from what I hear from Michael and everybody else out there, you're pretty damn good at it too. So if you want to know how to play Call of Duty, you want to play it well, just watch him play it.
No, not Call of Duty, DMZ.
Sorry, DMZ.
I don't fuck with Call of Duty just because there's too many sweats. DMZ is different. DMZ, okay. I've found a formula, and it's if I play it like I'm playing Splinter Cell or a stealth game, then I'm good at it.
But it is from Call of Duty, though.
It is.
Yeah. It's a specific part of Call of Duty.
Yeah. It's Escape from Tarkov Light.
Okay. And do you need any, is there different skill in divisions or different factions or anything like that?
So you get dropped in, You don't have any weapons or anything.
So I like Fortnite.
Yeah, but DMZ, if you exfil, so if you get on a chopper and you leave, then you keep most of the stuff. So you keep your weapons, keep your armor, backpack, self-revive, or anything that you pick up. And then you can go into another match, and then you have these faction missions that you want to complete. And there's 25, 30 different people also dropping in and trying to do missions as well. And there's a bunch of AI and bots. The AI and bots are bullshit and are annoying as fuck, and are the bane of my existence. And usually fuck everything up. When players are there, I
Like
can
earlier, I
usually
was
deal with
talking about AI just annoying the hell out of you. They're useless to us. That's what you meant.
Yeah, they're too difficult. They are all fucking Terminators, and
Really.
there's so many times, and this is why they keep talking about like, all right, we're reworking the AI, because there's so many times I'll be sneaking. There will be a squad of real people within 100 meters of me, and they will have no idea that I'm there. And I'll be going through, grabbing stuff, looting, and they'll have no idea. An AI 5 blocks down will be like, oh, there's a guy, and just laser me through a wall. And I'll be like, this is not fun. And that's why they're like, sorry, we'll fix it.
And when are they going to fix it? They better fix it before this new season starts, right?
Well, there's a big update that they've announced that they've completely reworked the AI, and they're reworking a lot of the spawns, because there's a few spawns that you have direct eyesight to another spawn, and it'll happen both ways, where I'll spawn and then I'll immediately just get shot by somebody, and I'll be like, this is fucking stupid. But then on the flip side, I'll spawn and be like, oh, I know where the spawn, because I've learned all the spawns at this point. So when I spawn, I'm immediately just like, all right, there's people over there, there's people over there, and there's people over there. Okay, I'm gonna run to that one, fuck up their team, steal all the shit, and leave.
Can you work in co-op, or is it all single player?
Totally. No, you can. There was a time where I went to a police station and I was looting it. Then somebody picked up a contract to hunt me. They show up in a fucking helicopter, and I'm just like, all right, let's do this. And then they got on the comms and they're like, hey, do you want to team up? Do you want to be friends? And I was like, oh, sure. And they're like, yeah, just come on. And then they invited me to their squad. I joined them, and then we all partied together.
That's awesome.
So you can be, and it's a lot of the time a 50-50 chance. So like, usually because there's local comms, so if you're within 50 meters and you talk, people can hear you.
Oh, 6. That's dope.
So if you talk, a lot of the time people are cool, and they might not squad up with you, but they will probably just leave you alone. So if you hear somebody or know that somebody's near and you're like, hey man, are you friendly? A lot of the time people will be like, yeah man, I won't be a dick. And you're like, all right, do you want to team up? And they're like, yeah, I'm just doing my own thing. You're like, all right, well, I'm over here, so don't shoot me. And they're like, all right, cool, all right, see you, good luck, buddy. Or it's Call of Duty and the community is fucking trash, so a lot of the other time you'll be like, hey, or if you don't say anything, or you do say something, they'll just be like, fuck you, I'm finding you. And you're like, all right, let's do this. But also too, there's been a bunch of times where I'll spawn and then I'll immediately see a squad of 3, and I'll be like, okay, and I snipe 2 of them, and just like the sniper rifle build I have is disgusting. And I'm like 300 meters away, and I just one shot everyone, kill them immediately. There was a third guy who fucked off that I didn't see. And then this round, and because they announced that they were just wiping everything, I was like, fuck it, I'll bring a rocket launcher. So I had my bitchin' awesome sniper rifle, an assault rifle, and then a rocket launcher in my backpack. And this guy sneaks around, steals this big armored truck, drives up behind me, and I immediately just turn around, shoot him with a rocket launcher, blow up the truck. He jumps out, and then he gets on the comms. He's like, all right, man, I get it. I'm outgunned. I'm not gonna, I can't win this fight. Do you want to team up? And I was like, absolutely. So he invites me, and then we go and revive the 2 guys that I killed. And then they're both just immediately like, we watched the kill cam. That was the most amazing shot I've ever seen. I need that build for that sniper rifle. What is that gun? And I was just like, all right, it's this and this and this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can run into cool people and have some fun stuff.
So I will let you know ahead of time. By the way, anybody's listening to like, what the heck you were guys talking about? This is after hours. We did our Bad Batch talk already. We're just shooting the shit, hanging out here, hang out with us, and right now we're just discussing some gaming stuff. I know the AGR channel is where it's supposed to be at, but hey, come on, it's after hours.
Yeah,
Anything goes in the pop culture world. I am the worst Call of Duty player ever.
that's fine.
I am the worst, but I will be. I'll get lucky at times. That's my mo. Is like I suck, but once in a while I'm like, damn, I got that guy. Right?
Yeah.
And that's all I can offer to you. So,
Well, that's the thing with this new one is in all of the other Call of Duties, it was like if you're not using the meta weapon, you have no chance. Like if you're not using this specific gun with this specific build, you will lose every fight. In this one, if you just pick up a gun off the ground, you're good. Like there are obviously meta weapons and they are really good, but like if it's still like if you land good shots and you have good situational awareness and you know like where shit is going to be or can predict where people are going to go or what they're going to do, then you still have more than enough chance.
if you're chance,
yeah,
you're saying there's a chance.
you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, I'll definitely probably join you on Friday then. Probably do
Cool.
that. Yeah, we'll see how it is. I think we've been here for about half an hour.
Mhm.
Kind of wrap it up here.
Yep.
And then so just a quick update to everybody. Last of Us is on Friday night. It is not on Sunday night. Super Bowl's on Sunday night, so they moved it over to Friday night. So don't miss it, and don't miss our breakdown of it. We're going to be doing it on a Friday night at 9:30 p.m.
Oh, it airs at 6 p.m.
Eastern time, right?
9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay, yeah. So make sure to go check it out, watch it, and then watch our show of the breakdown of it all. And and then join us on Monday, A&R Weekly, and then obviously Wednesdays every night, the Bad Batch. It was a great couple of 2 episodes. We had a good time talking about it. If you missed it, go back and watch the beginning of the show today. We really enjoyed it. I hope they continue this trend. It was fun. All right, say bye, Justin.
Bye, Justin.